It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you. Because that's New Orleans, and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians, well, most of us are, except for Galen. But at least he's here, right?
Not me.
In a bar. Today we're at Wayfare on Ferret Street. Wayfare is a restaurant and a bar where they serve handcrafted food and spirits. They put fine dining into a sandwich. And they put fine booze into a glass. They have a 3-hour happy hour here every day from 4 to 7. And a fantastic brunch on the weekends. Come on down here anytime. They're open 7 days a week. It's Wayfare on Ferret Street in Uptown New Orleans. So we've got an incredible lineup of people sitting around the table today. I'm very excited to introduce you to. And the only problem is, though, is that I lost my glasses. So I cannot honestly see. All I can see is that's big enough to say Galen Huckins is here. Hello, Galen.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, real good.
Now, Galen, you're not from here, as I alluded to already. You came down here on the Mississippi River on a boat.
It's true. It's all true.
That's true. And the boat is called the Channel Princess.
Got it,
Not bad.
Nailed it.
As the light goes down outside, though, it's going to be really screwed up. But I got that so far. So I saw this boat on the internet, and it's like a tug or something.
Yeah, it's a little
It's a
river
paddle
boat.
steel.
It's a paddle
wheel
boat.
steamer thing.
Yeah. It's a paddle wheel boat built on the Missouri, like in the 60s. It's a very small thing. It's a very strange little boat.
So how about that? Leanna Firstarai is here as well. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
You got it.
Right, first time.
First
It's
time.
a very unusual name, Firstarai.
It's actually secondary. I changed it for the day.
Hey, nice. Good idea.
But yeah,
Can
no,
you
I think
be
you.
minus one Arai tomorrow? Or are
I
you going
could say-
down every day or just
I'm going. I think I'm going down. Yeah, so -1 Arai tomorrow.
negative one Arai? That's nice. What sort of a name ends in Arai? Because the only word I know is
My people are Japanese.
Japanese. Is that what it is? What does
what
it
it
mean?
is.
Does it mean something?
It's an allusion to a certain line of samurais.
Samurai, hence the name Firstarai.
Something like that.
It's
yeah.
from the same word.
From the same word.
So you're like a warrior?
You could say so.
Are you from a family of Japanese warriors?
You could say so.
Could I?
You can. You.
Would I be?
I believe.
Would I be right if I said that, or are you just making that up?
I mean,
and going
so
along
here's
with
the
me to
here's the
sound
deal.
Like a ninja?
A combination of those. It's because it's true, but I also.
I don't care if it's not true.
No,
You
but-
can just say it is. But
Well, it's kind of like it is true, but I embellish.
okay.
So-
You don't look Japanese at all.
I'm about to say, does your grandmother look Japanese?
Well, no, so I'm only half.
Oh, I
That's
thought
the
you
thing.
said something.
Oh,
Did it sound like
So
another
one of your
language?
parents is Japanese.
yes.
Your dad, presumably.
My dad,
because
yeah.
of the name. Okay, all right. Tank is here from Tank and the Bangers.
I am here.
Hi, it's so good to see you back
It's
again.
so good to see you.
It's nice to
I
have
didn't come
you
from
back.
a boat. I'm from my mom's private part.
You just came. You were born like a normal human being.
like a normal human.
Yeah.
being.
How long ago was that? Though not that long ago.
What I told you about asking my age?
I can't remember.
I didn't because I
Did
didn't.
you say don't mention it?
I didn't say anything. No, it was
Okay.
26 years ago.
You're only 26.
Yeah. just
Really?
about 27. It's 27.
How long
I
have you been?
forget.
How long have you been a musician all that time?
I've been a musician. I think has it been about since 2010.
So that's 23 years. Then. I wouldn't even know what the year is. And Joshua Johnson is here too, who's the drummer in the band Tank and the Bangers, which is Tank's band.
What's
It's my
good?
band.
How's everything?
Hi, how are you doing? And
Cool.
Merrill was here too. He was here last time, but we didn't give him a microphone
But
this
he
time
ain't
because
got
we
a mic,
just.
too.
I don't know why. We just,
He didn't feel like
we've only got a certain number of mics, when and a tiny little table here at Wayfare. But Merrill, we can drag you in later.
That's cool.
So, Joshua, have you been in the band the whole time?
For the most part, I came in and when she was working on some stuff a while
Hey,
back.
Galen got a call already.
Oh,
Brian's
there it is.
calling.
Who is it? Who is it?
Brian's calling.
Brian.
This is one of my friends who came down the river with me.
Yeah, take it. You can
All
put
right.
it on speaker. And we can
There's
talk.
3 of us on the boat.
Okay.
Hey, Brian. Can I put you on speaker for a moment?
You don't have to ask his permission. You can just do it. It's fine.
That's the best one.
I don't know if he can
when,
hear
when they
us.
didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I'm being interviewed about our radio trip on this podcast. What's the podcast called?
Happy Hour,
Happy
otherwise
Hour.
known as Prairie Home Companion.
It's Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah, tell him he's on Prairie Home.
You're on Prairie Home Companion.
That sounds like where puppies live.
Puppies. Do you have a puppy? You don't have a dog, do you?
Died. Let's not talk about it.
Your dog died.
Let's not talk about it.
Hey, how come we can't hear that? What's his name, Ryan?
Brian.
Sorry. Why can't we hear him?
Are you there, Brian?
I am. I don't have any idea what's going on. I can't really hear anything from here.
No, that's the trouble. Where is he?
Where are you, Brian?
I'm in Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
In Oregon,
There are actually people live in Portland, Oregon.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I was reading your mind, I think.
Because I think nobody lived there.
I
give you
can't
a ring
believe
back
what
in
you're
just a
thinking
moment.
now, though. That's awful.
I'm at a bar on
Yeah.
a podcast. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. That's very nice of him to call, isn't it,
Brian.
Joshua? Yeah.
Brian.
Shoot.
Brian.
Look what it says on your phone, Tank. It says the word shoot in like giant letters. Is that
Funny how you could see that.
yeah, I can see that. Is that an order from someone for you to shoot somebody?
It is not.
Let's
shoot.
shoot.
So it is an order.
But look at the
this point.
size of it.
That's weird.
It's an invitation.
It's an invitation.
I don't know what's that
Who
about.
sent you? That's on Instagram.
I don't even know why I liked it.
You like that?
I thought it
Let's
said shoot like shoot. I didn't know it said
It
let's
says let's
shoot.
shoot. I wonder who that's intending.
Oh, you can't unlike?
Why don't you write?
unlike it right quick? You want to comment?
Can you comment
I didn't mean
who? Just put who question mark and
Oh
see who
my
they intending.
God.
to shoot. So Joshua, how long have you been in the band?
to. I've been in the band for how long have we been together?
Have you been in the band the
5
whole
years?
time?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It
He
was
wasn't
really
there
good.
the whole time.
It was
He
like
wasn't.
close to the beginning. Close.
He came He came around the third show ever.
Yeah.
Who did you have as a drummer originally?
A young man named
Theron.
Theron Murphy, and the first drummer I ever had was one of his best friends. It was
Oh,
Jordan.
no.
Jordan, yeah.
You
took
took
the
the
gig.
job from your best
He's a thief.
friend.
Yo, it's a funny story about how that happened. He was like,
What
"Hey,"
happened?
he was like, "Hey, I can't do this gig. Won't you do it?" And I was like, "Okay." And then he was like, "Hey, I can't make the next one either. Won't you do that one?" I was like, "Okay." I'm not doing anything else. And yeah, soon I was doing all the.
So the
ones you couldn't
songs
do.
are that simple to play that you can just sit in and
Yeah, are we so
At-
simple?
they don't look that simple to me.
At first, it was easy to catch on, and then it became way more complex.
Did the music get more? Now look at this. This is like naked women or something.
That is not a naked woman.
What is that?
A naked woman. That's a fly ass dress.
What?
You like it?
Can you, Galen? What do you?
I think it's kinda
That looks.
dope.
That's on Instagram. That's like a mini skirt. Okay, you got some interesting people you follow on Instagram. Let's shoot, and now a woman with like an
It's
extremely
curving style. It's for women literally that are thicker. It's for thick women.
big,
clothing.
beautiful women.
Yes, big beautiful
Yeah,
women.
Do you call yourself that?
I don't.
What do you call yourself?
Short, brown, and round.
That's a good name for an album, actually.
The mixtape.
So last time you were here, you were leaving here and going to London for like 8 weeks or 3 months or something.
3 months.
With no place to stay and no plan.
Oh my god.
And that's your manager sitting behind you, and I can't believe that really was the deal, right? That was the plan, right? You were getting on a plane and you were going with nowhere to stay and nothing to do.
And when we got there, even though we made a lot of plans to find a place to live, it kind of ended up just like that. No place to go and nothing to do. The people we were supposed to be running from, he never showed up at the airport.
So you get off the plane, the whole band. How many people is this now?
Oh,
Seven.
like
Seven of
Yeah.
with
Seven.
two humongous luggages per person.
A funny
Okay.
thing happened on the way out the airport.
Oh my god.
So you get off the plane from where? You go from here to where? To Newark or somewhere? Atlanta or something?
Was it Atlanta? Fort Lauderdale.
Fort
Yeah,
Lauderdale. You
Florida.
change planes, then you fly like 10 hours, 8 hours to London.
Gosh,
Yeah, it was like
so
You
Yeah,
must have
I
been
was
pretty
fine.
tired. You get off the plane, and you turn to your manager and say, okay, now what do we do? And what did she say?
She turned to somebody else that wasn't there and said, now what do we do?
What happened? What time of day was it?
Oh Lord.
It was morning.
What time was
It
it?
was like 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning.
Well,
So we
at least
stayed,
got
at,
there.
we stayed at
Okay.
a Holiday Inn for a couple of days.
in London, and somewhere in the center of London. the
And then
whole
something
day.
really magical happened after that.
It would have to. What was it?
Someone that made his drum when we were out there, some people in London, what did they call again? Serenity
Serenity
Drums.
Custom.
They came and picked us up from the Holiday Inn. Two white London vegans, Christian,
Two
living
white
on a
Christian-
farm with about 3 cats and 2 dogs. We slept on a drum shed floor. We slept on the floors all around the house and ate lasagna that we didn't have no beef in.
And these cats were very violent. Y'all need to understand. These cats
took a rabbit and just cracked the neck and just left it at the front
killing
door
animals
as a
and
gift.
leaving it like gifts in the morning, and it was like a situation like, here you go,
Mice.
here you, mice. So
Crack
we
the
called
rabbit
him one
head.
time. I was like, are you really doing this right now? I just wanted to know, was he doing it right now? He was really going for broke, ripping the head off while we were all watching. He was like, and then
It was a gift, though.
Yeah,
It was a gift.
because he took the rest of it with him. He left the head right there for you. He was like, here, that's yours, and now I'm going by my way.
So your
it's
drum
really
heads
rough.
are made out of mouse skin, you're saying?
Yeah, well, I'm starting to believe that he's using the skin as, like fiber skin on the head. Yeah, so when you're hitting it, it's like beating a dead
It's a very special drum.
animal. So
Very special.
it's really calling nature when you hit it.
At first, I thought you were saying cat as in like a musical player of some sort. It took me a long time to catch on.
Oh.
and
Real animals.
They weren't people
yes.
just...
This is like, yeah.
They rescued us, basically.
But it's ironic that they're vegans and their cats are killing animals.
Their cat, that is very weird.
Well, the cat's not vegans. The cat got to do what the cat got to do.
Right.
Yeah, but he's like teasing them with like presents of meat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here you go. I wish you.
They let
wish
us
you
fried
could eat
chicken in
it.
their house, and that wasn't easy to do.
Wow.
That
They
wasn't
must
easy
really
to do.
like you.
They had to really like us.
Where did you get the chicken? You came home with a bunch of chicken from the supermarket?
We went to the supermarket. We kind of begged them every now and then. We were like, "Can we fry some chicken?" Every now and then we would ask them, and it was like, "We're going to take you there soon. We're going to take you to the supermarket soon." When?
How long did you stay there?
About
We're
2-3
like
days.
We were there.
You couldn't go 3 days
A
without
week.
eating fried chicken. Is that what you said?
About 2-3 days, because after a while we had to get out their front room.
it was
Our
like a
bags
week
were
or so.
everywhere.
But you couldn't last 2 or 3 days without eating fried chicken.
I could have, but I didn't want to.
So you're begging them
That's
from
actually
day one, please.
That's not
take
everybody
me.
else's favorite food, but
That's
I
yours.
love jambalaya.
Yeah.
And I love Popeyes. That's me.
Popeyes.
That's
Is
me.
there
I wanted
Popeyes in-
some meat.
Yeah.
I wanted
the
some
truth was,
meat.
It was a meatless.
They didn't have no
house.
Popeyes out
Is
in London.
Popeyes international? It's not.
It's
it's
not.
not.
KFC is.
Just
KFC.
McDonald's.
But that's rough. Don't necessarily. yeah, it's
Don't
not the
eat it.
same.
There's a lot of mayonnaise.
A lot of mayonnaise?
Sandwiches.
What about your eyelashes? Are they real?
Today, yes, they are.
That's your real eyelashes?
Today,
Wow.
wow.
That's impressive, right? Isn't
Are
it?
those your real eyelashes?
No.
Is
That's
that
why I
your
asked.
ponytail?
Yeah. No, that's extensions, and my eyelashes are fake.
Oh my God.
They are.
I literally
your
put them
eyelashes
on
are
just for you.
Oh, they're nice, right?
Literally put them on just
Beautiful.
for
Really,
you.
thank you very much. Well, it works because they're gorgeous looking, aren't they? Seriously,
I love them.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
I got them in New York this week.
you were just in New York this week. Okay, so what happened? So you spend all this time in London. Did you make any music there or play live?
Oh,
or
yes.
did you get some?
It would be too long to even describe
Right.
what type of trip we had out there. It would be too much.
but it was
We bought an
success-
18-year-old Japanese van that broke down on us a lot.
Japanese back in the. Yeah.
You know,
I made
we're
it.
connected.
it was a Vansarai.
So it was a Vansarai. Ooh,
Hey, that's
did you
nice.
eat my drink?
Hey, that's you just drinking her drink.
Yo, I had to make sure it
testing
wasn't
'cause it's
poisonous,
poison,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah, you know.
I'll take the
somebody
risk.
over
Look how much he drank of it. So you need to
Yo.
get another one. That was good.
Yo, I just need you to know it's not poisonous though.
Is it good?
But it is a hitter.
Nice. What is that actually?
I don't
It's got
know.
a strawberry and a lime or something.
I don't know what this is. This is a rum punch.
God, it smells. I can smell it from here. It smells good.
Oh my God.
I like that the listeners at home can tell every time we pick up and put down our drinks.
Oh yeah.
That was me. Yeah.
What did you get?
What is that? Yeah.
That's a whiskey sour.
Oh, it looks sour.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it looks sour.
It looks good though.
I don't like sour drinks.
No,
I love sour drinks.
Why? It's not sweet.
it's doubly sour because it has this lime on the top
Oh,
of it
you're
too.
wild. It's that boat ride.
Doesn't
It's a-
sweet give you more of a hangover?
Says who?
No.
But
I don't
sour
know.
feels more like a hangover in the moment.
It feels like
Yes.
you've already got a hangover.
Yeah.
I can cure your hangover for you actually with Hangover Destroyer, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. You can go to hdestroyer.com and write happy hour on the coupon code and get 30% off your first order of Hangover Destroyer.
Is this a product
And you
placement?
too can seize the dawn. I
like,
usually
did you do that?
I have to read that later, but
Quick tag.
unbelievably I remembered the whole thing. Yeah. So
That was clever. The
So
way
it
that,
was
that
really-
we
worked
just
in.
worked
That
it
really-
right in.
Yeah.
So Galen, so you got on. Where did you get on this boat? How did you get a paddle steamer first of all?
The boat was sunk in Oregon.
Sunk? Did you say?
Sunk.
Sunk.
Sunken.
Okay, sunken,
Besunk. In Oregon about 5 years ago.
sunked. I think it is.
Sinked.
Sinked.
It was
Sunk.
at the Willamette. Well, it was in the Columbia and then the Willamette rivers. And
Willamette, that's how you pronounce that, is it?
Yeah, I know. It's a weird
Wow,
one.
did you know that, you guys? Willamette. I always thought that was Willamette.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Willamette. Okay, we've learned something today. Okay.
Yep. And I was living in Oregon, and I ended up buying it right after it sunk. It had just been brought up.
So they floated it, or whatever that's called. Is that called something else?
Yeah, no.
Salvaged it.
Yeah, they put little bags of air in it and stuff, and up it goes.
So you went down to the river, to the Willamette River, as this thing
Is this
has
the beginning of a song?
come up. Yeah, it could be. You go down to the river, and there's this boat being floated, and you think, I'm just going to buy it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Were you drunk or high or something?
No, it was a great decision.
Stone
you get
cold
high?
sober.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no, the good decisions can be made under the influence of alcohol and chemicals. Make
Yeah.
no mistake. Look at this show.
Well, I had just moved back to Oregon, and I decided didn't want to rent a place, or was trying to figure out where I would live, and I figured, well, I could just buy an old paddle boat and live
buy
on
a
that.
sunken pedal steam.
Yeah, it's the first choice.
That's probably the first thing most people would think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you even know it was being floated?
I had seen it right after it came up when I was walking along the river one
So
time.
you just happened to be walking down.
Yeah.
What do you mean it came? How did it come up?
Well, you send people down, and they put little bags of air in it, and then they tug at it from the surface and pump the water out of it, and over the course of a while, they bring it back up.
This wasn't like it just like popped up one day.
No,
No.
that would be cool, though.
So who popped it up? The people who owned the boat, or a salvage crew? Someone.
A salvage crew brought it up.
So somebody can claim it if it's on the bottom of it. It's like sunken treasure.
I think it was still the person whose boat it was. If sometimes in maritime law, you can just claim something. If something's sitting out there or something's sunken, you just bring it back up and boom,
Right.
it's yours. But it hadn't been down for that long, so I think it still technically belonged to the person who owned it.
Okay. So they raised it up,
They brought it up.
and
surfaced.
how much did they want for it?
They
And
wanted
what's a sunken pedal steamer worth?
they wanted about $8,000 for the
Okay.
boat.
Man,
Like
I
a
want
tank's
burger.
face just about fell over there.
Yeah.
I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me though.
It's a deal for a paddle steamer.
So
Word. Okay.
So you stay on the Mississippi River on the regular, like day to day.
Yeah, I live on the riverboat.
Cool.
before you lived on it, why did it sink? Something must have happened to it.
No, it wasn't its fault. Roof
Wasn't-
fell on top of the paddle boat.
A roof.
Yeah, and
Not
then
its
pushed
own
it.
roof, a roof from a building on the river.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Yep.
And sunk it.
There was a big snowstorm. The snow accumulated, and then the snow collapsed, and then the boat sunk.
So this is
Huh.
I
So
know,
that's
it was
how.
super
Yeah.
weird. But it wasn't the boat's fault. I mean, it wasn't.
so it wasn't a
There's
structure.
no holes in the boat.
Right. Okay.
Just
And it hasn't sunk since you've been living on it.
no.
No. Okay.
So this is pretty cool. So you paid them something less than $8,000. You made them an offer.
No, I paid them $8,000.
You paid them the straight 8. Okay. And you could get on it and sail away, or did you have to? Because we're experts on gutting stuff down here. Did you have to gut it, or was it flooded?
I had to gut it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you find anything really cool?
There was only weird stuff in the insulation. I found some old newspapers and stuff in the walls.
That was the best.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you found.
I know. An old riverboat, you'd think. It's very small. It's not a big boat.
Okay.
It's a very tiny boat.
No treasure chest.
There could be some still hiding.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What did it do when it was on its daily missions on the Willamette River
Daily missions.
before you took it? And
I think so. It was built in Missouri, and it was I think it took passengers up and down, and was like kind of a cruisy boat for a while, and then someone dragged it out to the west coast, and I don't know what it was doing out there really, but besides sinking. But it was out there.
so you don't know. So it wasn't in commerce. It wasn't a tug or something like that.
No, it wasn't a tug. It's not a tugboat.
Was it pleasure craft? Or, I mean, how big is this thing?
It's about 30. You want to see a picture of it?
Yes.
I have a picture.
Okay.
We can.
And if I'm listening to this and I'm on my bike or driving the car, where do I go to?
You can
Is there
go
a
to a
Facebook page,
website
a website?
that
Yeah.
we made for our trip this summer called riversignal.com.
Right, and that's where we can hear the podcasts as well that you made as you sailed down the river, which
Yeah,
are
that's true.
fascinating as well.
That's true.
We'll
That's
get to
what we
those
did.
in a second, but okay, so we can take a look at it.
Yeah, it's about 32 feet long.
Okay. So how big is that, like compared to a sort of a Toyota Corolla?
It's bigger.
Bigger than that. Is it two of them?
It's bigger than a bread box and a Toyota Corolla.
Okay.
Do you have a Toyota Corolla?
No. Do you have? What do you got? You got that red car up there.
I
What
used
is
to
that?
have a Ford Contour.
That's pretty big.
I think so.
What happened to that?
Oh my God! It used to put me through so much trouble. I just gave it away. The day that a bee's nest became too comfortable in it, in the rearview mirror. Yeah.
The
time to go.
bees built a nest in your car?
Yeah. Because it was sitting so long, so like the bees just took over it.
So you decided to drive it away and then bees?
I decided to let the junkyard come and pick it up.
Wow,
For like $100, that was nothing. But I was so ready to get rid of it. It was like, whatever. That's the picture of it. Let me see it.
Check it out.
Oh, I thought...
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh, that's dope. It looked like a little train on the water.
Yeah. It's kind of a little caboose of a thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Oh, that's good. It's like
Did
a
you paint
mini
it?
pedal steamer. So does the pedal wheel at the back actually push the boat along, or is it
It
just
used
for
to run the
decoration?
boat hydraulic. Nowadays it's disconnected, but I want to run it electric one day.
So how do you actually...
There's a
Get it to
propeller in the
move,
back
is it?
that I use now
Okay.
to run it.
Okay, so you got on this boat. This is a very like a Huckleberry Finn type story. You got on this boat in
Sure.
Oregon,
Yep.
and you came down all the way down the Mississippi River
Yep.
to New Orleans.
That's true.
Isn't that great?
It's a fact.
He's killer.
Isn't that cool? I love that. And so did you stopped on the way and you made a podcast on the way.
Yeah, well, so what we did on the river is every week there was three of us. My buddy Brian, who we sort of heard from,
Yeah.
who was confused
In Portland.
in Portland.
What? Hang on a second. What are you guys doing? Are you fighting over a drink?
He's trying to get a little sip of my
We're in a bar. You can have some. Josh, you can have as many drinks as you want. It's a bar.
Oh,
They'll buy.
that's gonna happen.
Don't worry
but see,
about
I
it.
just wanted to know.
I don't
what
think
they
I should have
taste
another
like
one.
Together.
Like I'm
Yeah,
like
have a-
weak.
And she's done. So I traded like a sip of her drink for my orange, which was just sitting on the side. That's fine.
But you
Okay.
miss it. Oh, I thought you were going to say miss it.
No. Actually, no.
Okay,
not
so
anymore.
Tank,
Now- no.
was the orange soaked? Was the orange soaked in the drink tank?
The orange was completely
It was
worth it.
a
Worthless.
separate, and
Okay.
like it sat like that, and it didn't even touch the drink. And she was like, "Can I have it?" I was like, "Pour some in here."
How'd you have that whole conversation already? What?
It was a thing. It was a thing.
Okay. So now you need another drink. What have you? What is this one? Tequila
This is
something.
this is a tequila sunrise.
Sunrise.
It's pretty good.
Okay, looks nice.
Josh shouldn't drink.
He's not a big drinker, so we got to be
Josh
careful.
shouldn't drink.
Shouldn't.
Josh
What
gets
can-
loud when he
Do
drinks.
Oh, that's
I do
okay.
not.
He
Maybe
seems
I
like a
should back
very
up and-
sophisticated,
Thank you.
quietly
He's a
spoken gentleman. to
He's a
me.
sophisticated, loud person.
Okay, all right.
What? When he
Well, we'll
drinks.
see.
Do you mean,
Dude, you finished that whole thing in one sip.
It wasn't.
Okay, well, have another one while we're here. Okay, so what was the podcast about musicians, right?
Yeah, we recorded musicians every week when we went down the river, and we made a kind of podcast about different bands we met and whatnot.
On the river?
Yeah.
Were the bands on the river with you?
Yeah. They'd come out, we'd like row them out in their upright bases to our little river boat, and we'd play some set on the front of the boat.
That's so cool.
It was really
Yeah,
fun.
that's dope.
Did you call it on the river? Did you call it row, row, row your boat? I like that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. We met some really great musicians, and we recorded lots of people. And
How did you find people? Did you have that set up before you went down there? Or
sort of. We ended up meeting a lot of people. Like, the river is kind of its own conduit. Like, people up on the river know people down on the river and whatnot.
Well, people on the river are happy to give,
They're good.
right? We know that much. And this is a paddle steamer, a
If you go
big
down
wheel.
to the river,
Right.
Uh-huh.
But I bet you're going to find.
bet you're going to find something. Is it who give? All right.
What is it?
You ain't got to worry. You ain't got nobody. People want a river, all happy to give. Yeah.
Big wheel, keep on turning. That's what it's about,
Right.
isn't it?
That is so cool.
Yeah. Cool.
You did know. You knew the lyrics to that song, right? Are you happy?
I don't
Yeah,
think he
I've heard it.
knows. I don't know.
Galen,
I've
I
heard it
got the
before.
feeling
I never
you
made that connection, though.
Really, that's what the song is about.
Right.
A paddle steamer, isn't it?
It
It's
is?
about gay.
Big wheel,
about
keep on
Galen.
turning. What's the
about
next
me.
one? Big wheel, keep on turning.
Brown
Proud
Keep
Mary.
on-
Proud Mary, keep on burning. Rolling on
Who
the
is,
river.
who is Proud Mary?
That I don't know. Chris will be able to tell us.
Maybe it's a what?
Chris will figure that
Are
out.
we phoning a friend on this one?
No,
Proud.
Chris knows
I haven't played that in
Chris knows
so long.
everything.
I haven't seen that in so long. I will phone a friend with a Google app just open to give me the information I need.
My friend.
How to be a millionaire.
Well, we can ask the phone who was proud parent.
I can phone Siri at this point.
Yeah.
Siri.
Oh,
Siri. You can ask. Siri knows everything.
She'll have
Exactly.
that. Look, I'm a definitely.
Siri's a slut.
Okay, so who did you find that we should know about then, Galen? What musicians should we know about
Oh,
who are undiscovered that you
Did
found?
they have one that like really stuck out to you?
did the river have one? I mean, there was a lot of good musicians along the river.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Charlie Parr up in Minnesota.
Okay.
Or Guante up in
Guante?
St. Paul.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to hear some new names I haven't heard.
Yeah,
in a while.
me too.
That's good to me.
Yeah, I'd love to show you some of the stuff we did.
Yeah,
and
man.
I actually haven't heard your guys' music at all.
I
so.
would love to
Really?
go on the river with you.
Do you want to go on the river
Yeah,
and
I
like
would
love
play some
to.
music and record it?
Nah,
That
you
would be
Yo, that would be a
amazing.
thing.
Cool.
Tank, give him a hint of an idea of what you do.
Everything was easier when you act like you were mature. Your music really mattered and the girls were not important. Now everybody knows who you are. Got a brand new fancy stupid cat, a blue car. Who was right there with you at the bus stop? I stop when the checks start rolling in, royalties and whatnot. Helped you write a song about the flowers. I was shocked you didn't mention on the album. How come? Who was I to you? Was I just a very long day? Did I last too long? How could you throw the day away? You know, I would love to.
Yeah, hey,
You know?
there you go.
With actual music.
Sweet.
It's fun.
Yeah, we should go float on the Mississippi sometime and record some music. That'd be
I
fun.
would love to.
That sounds fun.
Do you have
I would
any,
feel
do you
like
have any
Tina Turner.
nautical music or river related songs?
No.
She has.
Do
Really?
you still believe in me?
Yes.
Are
She
there
does
many-
have songs about roller coasters. So
Roller
that
coasters.
could be a thing.
Yeah.
do you
Did
get-
you? Oh, I'm just curious if you kidnapped any of the musicians that you found on the river on the way down that live in your boat that y'all will be playing with.
On the boat, we didn't kidnap anybody on the way down. We kidnapped a few people, but only for a week or so.
Yeah.
It's like
But-
the tour bus kind of a vibe.
As is the local costume.
Yeah, we had. I mean, it's a pretty small space. The most we had living on the boat over the summer was about 6 people.
Living.
That's an option.
Oh my God.
What? Do you want to move in?
Living? For a while?
He lives on the boat. You're still living on the boat, right?
I live on the boat.
Is
Yeah.
that
Solo?
legal
Sure?
in the Industrial Canal or wherever?
You have a
are?
TV?
Yeah, I don't have a TV.
You look like you don't watch TV.
Why
Yeah.
do you say that? What's
I don't.
the symptoms?
You know, anybody that
eyes
spends
are
this much
clear.
time,
Right.
that too. Anybody that spends that much time trying to get a boat, you're not even worried about putting your TV on the boat. You just want
Yeah.
to be on it. I just felt like you didn't have a TV.
What else do you think about him? What can you tell by looking at him?
I don't think. I felt like he wasn't from America, but you got to be from America.
What country or planet did you think he was from?
He's from Bristol.
Bristol.
That's
does.
the UK.
He does look a bit British.
He does,
He does,
actually.
yes, I
he
said.
does, actually.
I think he's an Irishman.
Irish.
Well, Galen is.
Yes.
I like
I
Bristol.
can-
Galen.
What kind of name is Galen? Is that Celtic or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
There you
Irish.
go.
So there you go. Tank,
Galen.
you're right on it.
Gayland. Gayland.
Galen.
Gayland. Did anybody ever
G-A-L-E.
say Gayland, Gayland? Did they ever do
Sure.
that?
Yeah.
They called me Tarriona Balls. And the best one was Tarriona Testicles. I went, that's a good one. Because my last name is Ball, so they used to always add an S onto it. And so somebody said Tarriona Testicles. I went, that's a good one.
Was that an early band name of
Oh,
yours?
that was elementary. That was middle school.
So your
My-
real name's Tarriona.
My name is
I
Tarriona.
didn't know that.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
Tarriona.
it's Tarriona.
My daddy name is Terry.
Where did the tank come from? Did you just?
My dad.
He called you that.
They called him Cannonball because he played football in high school, and I was his tank. But I never knew until I got older that it was like tank Cannonball. I never put the two together until I got older and thought it was, I don't know, it's kind of special.
But tanks don't shoot cannonballs.
But you never know about life, so you need to respect it. Okay,
All right.
It's like, okay.
everything's a part of war, which will you'll have with me if you ever mess with my dad again.
Whoa.
You got that Gayland? Gayland.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go over here.
This is actually Survivor.
That was nice.
We have one person over here.
And she's worried about you drinking, Josh.
Yeah, you should be saying, like, I'm really
You only had
chill.
one of these little...
It tastes
Small
like
girly
Kool-Aid.
drinks
It
that I
messed
drunk
me
half
up.
of, by the way.
It messed me up. I'm sorry. I feel good.
I think
It's
you need
all-
another one. But you're sitting across from a samurai, too, so you need to be
I
want to
know more about her.
Yeah. What did your dad do from... how did you get from Japan to here?
All right. Well, he's actually, before I was lying, he's just half Japanese.
He's
And
half Japanese.
So I'm just a quarter Japanese. But the cool one is my grandfather, who was the closest one to the samurai, who was the first one to bring silk to the East Coast.
Of the United States.
Silk. Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
He sounds like he might have made some money.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
It didn't trickle down.
What was
You
it
have
called?
on a
in
very
other words-
regular shirt today. Your
So
shirt
it's
I'm wearing a
like-
regular shirt.
It's like in
I
other
chose
words,
the
he
regular
did
one.
make
Regular.
money, but
Yeah, it
probably
went
made
somewhere.
money.
Exactly.
Do you
It went
feel
somewhere.
special when you put on a silk top?
But the thing is, usually is like made in China, like acrylic shit.
Not
and
Japan.
so even if I think it's silk, it's never silk anymore.
It's like something, but it's filk.
It's filk.
Filk.
Fake
It's 100%
silk.
filk.
Fake silk.
So my special shirt is 100% filk, but
I
it
feel
was
you.
at the dry cleaner today.
Mine is
so I'm
up.
sorry I couldn't bring
Take it
it.
away from Phil.
Exactly.
Why was it called the Silk Road, whatever that was?
Oh, that's the other coast, man. I'm not a specialist on
Well,
that.
what was that?
That's
What
like
was this-
California. Oh no, that's like some
somewhere
dude
in the
in
Middle East where the silk came from, where we're like, all that music.
Well, which Silk Road are you talking about?
I don't
Like
know. How many are there?
I think
Jesus,
a couple.
look at that thing on your Instagram. That's somebody's
dear.
incredibly weird-looking hand.
Six
I think it's-
fingers.
That's
First of
had-
all, I think it's so cool.
Oh, that's weird.
It's it looks like it has a lot of Egyptian little rings with little Egyptian things on it. Of course, you can't
It's
see
like
it.
a deformed
You
hand.
can't
I can't
see
see
it.
without my glasses,
the
but it
thumb.
does look
It's
deformed.
the- it's the
Is that
thumb.
deformed?
It's a regular hand.
Oh, I see.
It's regular
this right
smegular.
All right.
It's that and then that.
So
and
anyway,
then-
Tank, are you addicted to Instagram or something?
Oh my God! I can't believe you did this to me.
What? No,
All
I
right.
said keep your phone on the
All
table.
right, all right,
We have a
you're
deal
right.
on Happy Hour if you're just joining us.
Right.
That the deal is that we keep the phones on the table and turned on, rather than as in most radio shows where you have to keep them turned off and in your pocket. But I don't think anyone's ever had the Instagram going the whole show. So do you spend a lot of time looking at Instagram?
You're right, and
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm in an alcohol anonymous, Instagram autonomous situation.
My name
right
is
now.
Tank, and I'm
My name is
and I'm
Tank,
an
and I'm on
Instagram
Instagram
holic.
way too long, especially at night.
I'm an
when I say I'm
Instagramaholic.
tired and my thumb just keeps scrolling through.
Yeah.
You know,
I got this. Yeah, I got this.
she's a victim as well.
You have like one
No, but
eye
the
open.
well,
tell?
You have a
Like
deformed thumb, like
I have
Tank?
the deformed
thumb.
I
thumb.
can tell because her thumb is like
It's got that little
right
callus
here.
on it, right?
It's like a little slim. I know her Instagram finger. I know her Instagram thumb.
I've been seeing. Ooh, but at least you haven't sprained your thumb yet.
Oh my God!
You're a
what about
step
when it's
ahead
left
of me.
in your hand? at
Leanna,
night?
you sprained your
It's just like
thumb
this.
on Instagram.
I don't want
Yes.
to. I don't want to talk
What
about
phone
it.
have you got? iPhone.
She doesn't want to talk about it.
I got an iPhone.
You
Team
sprained
iPhone.
your thumb using the iPhone.
What do you mean, Team iPhone?
Is that
iPhone.
true?
Team iPhone.
It's just a
Team-
phone.
that is.
People praise iPhone like iPhone
better
give them
than
a check
Android.
every month. iPhone don't give you no check. iPhone don't give you no check.
Oh, hold up. Sugar don't give me a check. I say sugar good.
I've never heard you praise people that have an iPhone. They act like iPhone pay their bills every month, and I'm tired. I'm sick of it.
It's like a religion.
I'm sick
Where
of
you
it,
have the Samsung Galaxy,
and I don't care about it. Boop.
but
We
it's-
could tell by how much you use it.
I don't care about it.
I see that
exactly-
callus. I
Scroll
see
the
that
likes.
callus.
How- like, so,
Scrolling like-
so I didn't
scrolling
even know you
like-
could do this. You can double tap something and that
And
likes
like
it.
Yeah, that's it.
I never
That's
even knew
emotion.
that.
Actually, it means love.
She like
Love it.
I really love it.
It's a heart, so it means love. So yeah.
So you don't have to hit the little heart. You can just double tap
I
a
just
photo
double
on
clap it
Instagram.
and
I
it
never,
lets it know that
did
I
you
love
know
it.
that, Leanne? With
The
your,
double thumb. Well,
you-
no, one step up. I got the double. So I
No.
drained my phone.
This
You
is
can
when
do
you're
it.
addicted. Every picture you're liking. It's
I'm
like
noticing
like
that too,
every
Joshua.
picture.
Why do you like everything?
It's like every.
You're
It's like oh
indiscriminate.
no,
Like everything.
nah.
Do you do that so people will
3 is no. I
like
didn't
you
know that.
more?
Nah, not
Nah.
at all. But if I want to give someone's attention, I will go and like a lot of pictures. And I've only did that to Solange. She
Solange.
lives in New Orleans.
Right, that's
And she throws
Beyonce's
party-
sister.
She throws parties in New Orleans, and I want her to know I'm here, and I appreciate her. So I went through her pictures, and I went, fierce girl. Because I want her to know, like, I'm here and invite me to one of your parties.
Did she do that?
has.
Why couldn't you just send her some music? It might have been slightly more convincing than
I don't have her email
and less
address.
creepy.
right?
You think
You
it was
know?
creepy? You think it's creepy? All right.
I would think
You
it's
think it's
creepy if
creepy
I
when
was
someone likes a
famous
lot of
like
your
it.
pictures?
No, not creepy.
Oh, I feel charmed. Straight
feel
up charmed.
charmed.
But
You're
it
not-
depends.
you're not
no,
Beyonce's
hold on,
I'm
hold on.
not Beyonce's
There is a
sister.
limit to the charm.
Cousin.
You can like 14 pictures and it's charming. You cannot like 65 pictures and that's
All right,
that's,
if you go to a
that's
real
number.
old picture, I may
You know?
look at you a little. I'm like, oh, you went back, huh?
Right, you go too far back, and
You
I'm
went
like,
back.
you're really on my page.
Because Instagram lets you know how long ago, like, you posted this 46 weeks ago.
Right,
If somebody, clicking from 46 weeks
Right.
ago, I'm like, whoa, you really like me.
Yeah, but that
You
is
really
not a real
creeping.
person doing that, is it?
You see what I'm
that's
saying?
that's
like now
some
you
sort
feel
of
like
machine.
now I feel like, what are you trying to just get my attention?
But people do that on my Twitter. We have this Twitter, for
You on Twitter?
no, well, for It's New Orleans.
Don't do that. I'm not
that
on
they are,
Twitter.
the podcast is
But
on
I've
Twitter.
never been on
go
Twitter.
to It's New Orleans Twitter feed and take a look at it, and you'll see that people like stuff or they'll retweet stuff that we had that we tweeted like a year ago.
Yeah.
That'll say, "Hey, Tank and the Bangas is on the show this afternoon," and someone retweets that from a year ago. But I don't believe that's a human being. Is that actually
It's
a
a
freak?
human.
Is that a
It's a
freaky
human.
person?
I feel like they be making mistakes. Like, is that happening today? They don't even look at the dates anymore. They just see it and go, "That's happening right now."
Okay,
Let me
okay.
share
How
it.
do you get a tweet or an Instagram posting from a year ago?
No. See,
How do you even find that?
Gee,
that's for
Ask
Twitter
him.
follow.
Okay,
he lives on
Wow.
a boat.
Why are they all pointing
he lives
at
on
you?
a boat.
Wow.
He doesn't. He's not a slave to Instagram.
Are you,
Twitter.
Galen, in fact?
Let's see your finger. Do you have the callus?
Let me see your
You got the
thumb.
callus?
Let me
I have
see
no
your thumb.
technology.
He's got
I live
the
off
I think he's got the
with
callus.
whale oil and
Does he have it?
So how
And
did
his
you?
nails are clean. I
So
don't
you're
trust
recording this podcast
they are
every.
clean. Look at that.
Nice, your hands look lovely. So you're recording this podcast every week on the boat, and it's not just a documentary though; it's a sort of a dramatized documentary.
That's true. Are we gonna? It's complicated to get into, but we wrote this whole story about our trip as we went down. So we'd record musicians, and then we'd write this story about our experience and these musicians, and we'd make that into a podcast.
And it's fictionalized.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because wouldn't you think floating down the river on a paddle steamer that was raised from the bottom of the Willamette River would be interesting enough
Itself.
by itself
Yeah.
without having to fictionalize
Sure.
it? What
And then
made
it's
you
even more
But
interesting.
then
Is it?
just to add some extra?
What's the type of things that you fictionalize? Like a shark came and bit someone? Like, what do you say?
Sure. Well, one of our ideas is that each musician that we record, we kind of take their music and work with them and like imagine this sort of world that their music implies or a character that their music implies, and then our show would play out that world or that character.
That's cool.
But
So
it's made up. It's not necessarily true.
Right.
That
And we
wasn't what
have
they were writing about.
We also have interviews with them, and we have music of theirs that we record. So it's a mix of a lot of things, actually, our show. But
So do you start with the lyrics of the songs and then you extemporize from that?
sometimes, yeah. Or sometimes we just take kind of one particular song that really tells a story and then kind of build out from that. Or
So Tank, all your songs tell a story, right?
You're right.
Let's go through.
what are your songs
Let's
about?
do a lyrics
God.
from.
They're about everything and anything. And I had one muse in my life that was really inspirational and helping me create a lot of the music.
Not Solange.
Huh?
Not Solange.
Not Solange. Selfish she is. No. I have a poem called Walmart, and it's about basically if you ever met, say when you met somebody you liked, and you could literally turn them around and look on the back of their neck and see all the issues that they had. Like they live with their mama, they credit bad, they have a foot fetish, who knows? Would you still mess with them? Would you still deal with them? Because at the end of the day, when they turned you around and looked at all the issues that you had, would they have picked you as well? So it's just basically no one's perfect, but we still have to pick people up off these shelves. So I imagine this boy to be a Walmart full of messed up things and picking up someone and actually taking them to the register and going through with the whole sale of dating them, basically.
Huh.
I don't know how you're
Cool.
going to compare that to the river. I don't know, but
We could just if you could just throw in a few nautical words here and there, that would really
this is about the water.
just throw in like a vessel or a stern
Anchor.
or Just toss that
You
in there
would
somewhere.
love Janae Aiko. Are you a fan of Janae Aiko?
I've heard the music.
Because all she
Sail
do
away.
is talk. Girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's the most. It's a lovely album, and it's very water influenced, and it's so cohesive, and it's full of feeling. I believe, you know.
Cool. Cool.
Look at him.
Okay.
He doesn't
I'm
blink
with
his
you.
eyes.
I'm with you.
I want another drink.
Sure.
Look, now you
We
want
can hook you up.
another drink.
Can we do that somehow? Where's Graham, actually, our producer? She's
Oh, is she coming?
I don't know. She's usually here to get the drinks hooked up. But maybe Alison, can you get us... Alison's our photographer.
The same thing.
What is it?
Yeah.
Rum punch.
With a little less, I don't even know.
Nope. Make it the same.
Less punch and more... Joshua approves of it.
There it is.
If you want him to drink half of it
What
again.
about your drink?
Yeah,
Shoot.
I could use another.
You want another one? Okay.
That would be
Same again? Guys, you want
Yep,
another one? You
tequila
too?
sunrise.
I'm still
Okay.
going strong.
You're still
Don't
good
let
on
me
They're
yours?
going strong.
Don't let me be alone.
You're good.
Ooh, all right. Just a whiskey ginger, please.
Ooh, she's a wild girl.
Whiskey ginger.
I knew you like ginger.
Alison, sorry to make you do that.
I knew
Thanks.
you like ginger.
Well, we could actually send... We could just send the bartender over here. Oh, we have to do these. What am I going to do here? Because let's see if I can do it. You know what?
You may need help.
Okay, so this is the part of the show where I have to read these sponsor messages.
I know.
So
Call and response.
who's going to do it?
I think she should do it.
I think you should do it.
I think
Well,
both of
I
the
think
women
you
should
should
do
do it because Leanna, weren't you in public radio at some point?
It could have happened.
Oh, there it is.
She
I
was in
think
public
Leanne
radio
was-
in where was this?
In
Hard
Japan.
to say. In Japan.
Japan.
Tokyo.
Leanne's my
Can-
cousin.
There it is.
Can you do this in Japanese?
I'll do my best. My kanji isn't too good these days, so I'm not sure
You
if
got
I
it.
want the paper.
Can you read that? Okay, I can't see a thing.
All right, so who are we talking to right now?
We're talking to all the people who are listening to us at home. There's only 3 people listening to
There's
the
3
show.
people listening to us. Okay.
So
Good, there's a
there's an
paragraph
ad
for each of them.
Yes, each one of these
Okay.
people gets an ad.
I'll do this one and I'll pass it along.
We'll see if you can do the whole 3 if you like.
We'll see how it goes.
You can. I mean, this is just a sort of a template. You can extemporize on these as well. I normally just sort of riff off these things,
Riff
but I
off
can't see. I can't see a fucking
Like,
thing. So.
take the first half.
So how come a Hangover Destroyer got a plug before?
This is
I
truly
worked
on
it
the
in.
list.
I totally worked it
This
in.
is real.
Yes,
This is
yes,
real.
This is one of our sponsors, Hangover Destroyer. Yeah, that's real.
Hello,
But do they get?
Oh.
But they get,
Hello.
they get 2 plugs.
Yeah, well, I guess we have to hit them up for another, bill.
Uh-huh.
Well, they give us Hangover Destroyer. We don't have any here, but actually they do give it to us.
Brought to
Should we charge them
you.
twice for that? Do you think, Galen? How do you pay for your podcast?
We didn't. Well, we
who
had
fuels up the boat?
We did
Who-
some crowdfunding when we started.
You have to go? Are you kidding? Tat, where do you have to go?
I do vocal lessons for a little girl.
Tell her to come over
Bring her
here.
here.
It's a restaurant.
She's
Anybody can
living
come here.
somewhere in the forest.
She lives in the forest.
Which one?
Yeah, really.
Right.
Look at this. Now look at this Instagram. It's a photo of a couch that looks
Probably
like lips.
For like 5. So I have a moment like
That's
at 5 o'clock.
definitely a
What about your drinks?
I'm
We just
waiting.
ordered drinks for
So
you.
you have some time then, do
You must have a little time.
you? Just a little.
Just a little.
Please.
Just a spot, please.
Hey, I'm the one from Bristol here.
Yeah. How old is this little girl you're giving vocal lessons to?
She is 14.
She's
and
14.
And she's awesome.
And she lives in a forest
She
somewhere.
lives in a forest.
Where-
She's so dope.
What
Is
does
that your
she-
usual excuse when you gotta bounce?
What does she
My
look
usual
like?
excuse. I gotta go.
There's this little
I kiss people
girl.
on the cheek. I'm sorry.
There's this little
That's what I do.
So you do vocal
Now
lessons?
you know it's an excuse if she gets older when you get there. If she's 30, that's an issue. I'm just saying.
How did she find you? Do you advertise somewhere?
I did an Aretha Franklin tribute, and her mom was. Did I do it? Okay, you looked at me like I was like, okay, yeah, I'm right. I was like, did I do the wrong tribute?
No,
Okay,
Aretha Franklin.
I did an Aretha Franklin tribute.
I'll keep a sort of a
What song did you
flat
sing?
affect in
Oh
future.
man, I did Daydreaming, and I did this song. I'm only one step ahead of heartache. So beautiful.
That's a good
And then
one.
her mom, you know that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Her mom was there. She's like, and she said, I wanna know how to do that, mom. And go to their house, and it's actually the painter, the famous painter, Terrence, and he's amazing. What?
It was the
And he
tax
is,
manager is behind it, advising her
and he
not to
is-
talk about these people.
like,
We
you
don't
know,
use
these-
their real
there are
names.
legal
The famous
ramifications.
painter Terrence.
It's
I'm
not
not sure who
it's
that is.
not in the papers. He's awesome, and they open.
What does he
their,
paint?
home
Does he
to
paint
me.
paintings or homes?
paints beautiful paintings all over New Orleans. Anytime
His
you see
name's
something,
Terrence?
his name's Terrence, and later
His
on,
first name is Terrence.
Yep, you're just gonna find it.
We're going to have to
later on.
Google that. I don't know anyone
Find the
called Terrence.
last name.
Leanna,
If
do
you
you know
see
Alison?
anything-
Do you know who would that be? Terrence who? What's his other name? We might as well tell us
It's a
now.
mystery, obviously.
Cezanne?
I didn't even know it was a mystery.
Terrence Degas, maybe.
Sounds
Was
about
that his
right.
first name?
He lives
It's
on my
so
block.
wrong.
Terrible.
It's so wrong.
Anyway, he's making some money because he can hire a vocal coach for his 14-year-old daughter who wants to
And-
sound like Aretha Franklin. So
There it is. There it
he's
is.
doing all right.
There it is.
They're so sweet and it's so cool. And it's the first little girl I actually had one hands-on training with. And what makes it real cool is that she's not a load of shit. You know, she's
Right,
really
she can
awesome.
really do it. She can sing.
And so
can you? What does she want to do? Does she want to be a singer?
I think so, and she plays the ukulele. So it's just so
That's good.
cute. Like she would be awesome on your little tugboat.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can
Maybe
she
you guys
swim?
could come and do a duet
It
sometime.
would be awesome.
Yo, there it is.
You could bring it down here as well. We could do a happy hour on the tugboat with the 14-year-old
With the ukulele.
Terrence Jr.
With the ukulele.
Terrence Jr. Yeah.
I
And
like
she
the
can
sound
have
of
a
it.
painted ukulele, and that would be cool. There you go.
It hit me
Yeah.
like Terrence is listening right now.
Well, he could. I mean,
Ramifications, ma'am.
okay. So anyway, that's what you're doing next after
Mm-hmm. That's what I have
here.
to go and do.
So you're double booked here today. And
was
here come the drinks. So
Oh,
so
well,
anyway,
until you
Well,
How-
actually, I
Well,
think
maybe-
I just got
Maybe I can tell her I'll be a little late.
a little.
so the big question, of course, is how loaded can you be and still give a good vocal
And still
lesson?
give a good vocal lesson
Yeah.
at this point.
Josh,
It's
what's
like-
your opinion on that?
I'm pretty sure if you
He's never
finish-
been. He
No,
doesn't care.
but I would just hope that if you finish that, I would just hope if you finish that, you don't have to go too far. Like, you'll probably just sit back and say, remember what I showed you last time?
Sounds,
Okay, go.
Sounds good.
I do.
Sounds good.
How
See you
does
next
that-
time.
You know, what is a vocal lesson? I've never had a vocal lesson. Have you ever had a vocal lesson?
I have.
You have. So
Really?
what happens?
Yeah.
I was in musical theater when I was a child.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old?
Wow.
I played Oliver.
Can you remember any of that? What was the song? What's the big
You
song?
want a soliloquy
yeah,
or something?
Yeah. Well,
there are no
like a
soliloquies
song.
in Oliver
Not a
Twist.
song. Isn't there? Doesn't he sing?
Yeah, there's a good one. There's one that's very high in which Oliver Twist sings.
Really?
And I had to work on that for a while. I worked on that for a long
Where
time.
is Love? That's an
I love
Oliver.
It's a classic.
I love you.
Nice.
Does it fall from skies above?
That's verse
Yeah.
2.
Very good still.
I feel like I'm on a boat.
Thank you. Yeah. I took vocal lessons though for that when I think I was maybe 12 or 11.
So what happens in a vocal lesson? What happened in your vocal lessons?
Well, what happened in my vocal lessons was a lot of arpeggiation, like you do this kind of bum, 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 bum,
Scales.
bum, 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 bum. Yeah, kind of like that. And then you just do that and keep doing that, and then
Is that what
Do
you
that
do,
more.
Tank?
I do that and a lot of things like that, and stretching and making her sing while she's walking around and picking up things like she's in a musical and stretching out her mouth and stuff like that. You know?
You needed to know.
I
the
really want her to
faces.
be awesome.
Okay.
So I had a vocal coach before in my life.
Who
so
taught
it just,
you?
I forgot. She was awesome though.
All right. Forgot.
I forgot her name. That's sad. She was all in.
Would
the
you
magazines.
recognize her? Was she a
I
nun?
would definitely
you saw her,
recognize her.
Was she a nun?
She wasn't a nun.
Wasn't
but
it
I would
Catholic
recognize
school?
Her. Huh?
It wasn't at Catholic school.
It
then.
wasn't. It was in her little room outside of her house.
Well, who sent you to
My
that?
bass player, because she was his vocal teacher.
This is after you had grown up. This is when you not when you were a kid.
This was a couple of years ago.
Oh, this is, and you still don't remember her name. Oh, that's awful,
I know.
isn't it?
What was her name?
How insulting is that for this poor woman?
Like Miss,
and she was great.
awesome.
And she's walking around saying, "I was Tank."
Cindy Scott.
Cindy Scott.
Miss Sydney.
Sydney,
Sydney.
Sydney,
Sydney or
It's the
Cindy?
drink.
Cindy.
It was Cindy before
I
the
still
first
don't know.
next sip of that drink. I think it was Cindy
which
Scott.
one is it?
Cindy
Cindy
Scott. Do we know who Proud Mary was yet, Chris?
Tina Turner.
It's a metaphor for poverty, but I think it's the name of the boat.
I told you it was the
name
name
of
of
the
a
boat.
thing.
With a bow?
I told you it was
Boat.
the name of a thing. It just
And
sounds
your
like a
boat? What's
thing.
your boat called, Galen?
Channel Princess.
Channel Princess. Yes, I can't-
Why?
It's
Channel
not a metaphor
Princess?
for poverty.
Where did
It's
that
not.
come from?
It's not.
Channel Princess. Where did that come from?
I don't know. Boats. The thing about boats is you can't rename them.
Once they're named, so
Yeah.
you have
What
to
do you
ask
mean?
the original
Was
owner.
it bad luck?
Says who?
You have to.
It's the law of the boat.
Can't do it. That's the way it works. It's
No.
very bad luck, and you need luck when you're on a boat. Yeah, it's important.
Me and we don't agree. We would have named our boat. We want this our boat now.
What would you name a boat if you had it?
Delicious.
Aye.
I don't know.
The Delicious. Okay.
Row.
Delicious.
I don't know. Maybe row.
Row.
Maybe row.
The row or just row?
Row.
R-O-W. But
Row
you're not allowed to.
fantastic.
Well, I didn't know that. You're not allowed to rename a boat because you get cursed.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like an albatross.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to be very careful about
Channel
that stuff.
Princesses. It's a nice name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. Do you have to dress up like princesses ever, the three of you? And
No, sometimes I get called the Channel Princess.
I can see that. Do you have any women's clothing on there?
I thought you meant on right now.
Yeah.
No, well, you do. You have some women's clothing. What have you got over there? The Channel
Not much.
Princess?
I have one dress,
Okay.
a black, rather slinky number.
And does it fit
I
you?
would think it was called. I've never tried it on.
You're going to need to try it on because you know you're here for Mardi Gras now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you're going to have to wear that dress.
Yeah, I should try it
You
on.
dress in a dress for Mardi Gras?
Well, I usually wear a dress, and on Mardi Gras I dress like a guy.
There it is.
I'm wearing a dress right now, can't you? Underneath this sweater.
Wearing a dress.
Underneath this sweater, I'm wearing a dress.
Problem is
I have worn a
I
dress.
look just like you.
I've gone to Mardi Gras as a cheerleader.
You haven't.
That was good. I went to Mardi Gras
Josh,
as a
have you
blind
ever wore a
cheerleader
dress?
with a white stick. That was
I
excellent.
wore a dress.
That was my best one, actually.
What did you stick to?
It was
Somebody
a white
asked me
stick.
to
I
do
walked
it.
down Bourbon Street.
Oh, like a
in the-
walk- oh, just to
like
make
a
sure.
blind person
They dare
dressed
me.
as
Right.
a cheerleader, and you wouldn't believe how many people get out of your way.
I do
It's
believe
amazing. That is the secret, by the way. What are you going as this year?
it. Oof. Well, I've decapitated a lot of like a little alligators, and that's
Okay.
all I know so far.
Just like that cat.
You got the
Just
cat in
like the
in London and on the farm, in the vegan farm. You've decapitated alligators.
Yes.
Yeah, can we go back to the decapitating?
Yes.
Usually, alligators decapitate people.
How did that happen?
Well, no, really, I just went to the Jefferson Variety and I purchased a bag, and it had 200 little alligators in it. So, you know, there
So you have to make a costume that features now 200 little alligators. You need a glue gun or something.
yeah,
So
something
you're like a
that.
craft type person.
Not on the regular, but this time, I don't know, something about decapitating alligators is really working for me.
Okay. So they're little toy, like, touristy type alligators. Right?
Yeah, something like that. Nothing that anyone should ever manufacture ever
You
or
bought them-
purchase.
You bought them at Jefferson, what? Variety? you
Variety,
said?
it's like I
What
don't
is
know,
that?
like a mass supply
Okay.
Mardi Gras store.
All right.
But anyways, I bought out all the alligators, so don't try
So
anything
don't look
funny.
for alligators at Jefferson. Okay, so you're going to stick those onto something. So, Galen, you've never been here for Mardi Gras. So
No, I've never been here before,
you
period.
just sailed. How long ago did you sail into New Orleans?
I got here at the end of September.
Oh, that's quite a while, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I've been here a hot
How
minute.
did you enjoy winter?
It's
you
been
enjoy
all
it?
right. It's been all
Really?
right, yeah.
It was so awkward.
Doesn't it feel kind of like
It was a little awkward, wasn't
Very
it?
awkward, man.
especially
It was
Christmas.
not cold.
Christmas was nice and warm. So you sailed down all the way down the Mississippi River, down the whole country.
That's true.
And what was the weather like the whole way? Summer when you came down mostly.
Incredibly hot.
Okay, I just would like to tell this little girl, if she's listening, this 14-year-old Terrence Jr., that you drank that whole
She killed it.
drink.
It's gone.
You drank that whole drink.
And now
in
she's coming for
one shot, practically. And now she's coming for you.
She's coming for you.
Exactly. I'd
know
like
your
to hear
spells.
how Terrence
Is that
Jr.
her?
gets on.
La 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 la.
That's Joshua, by the way. No?
That's what it's gonna sound like. I need you to know.
I like
If
I
your
like the
teachers-
sonar one particularly.
Which one?
The sonar one. That was a good one.
Sonar.
That's what Sid told me. Sydney, whatever her name is.
Sydney Scott.
Oh, I need you.
You
to
look
know.
so drunk now. Are you sure? You're not driving, are you?
I'm not, and I'm a lightweight. You know, I don't
I
drink
know.
heavy at all.
Right.
I don't drink heavy at
You
all.
can't go to these people's place looking drunk as
They'll
that.
respect me. I'm a lovely person.
Do you have sunglasses you could
I'm a
put
lovely
on?
person.
You
I'm just
got
gonna
some
go there like this.
Brad, don't make that face.
Do you have any like sunglasses or anything you could wear, like a
They
hat?
are
Do you have
so
a hat?
Cool.
They're
And
cool.
We're gonna be fine, and it's gonna go so fast. It's an hour.
Yeah.
It's quick. We're working on one
Yeah,
song.
before you know it. Oh, what are you
We're
working
working
on?
Song.
That song. It's that song.
Oh, dear.
It is.
By Natasha Bedingfield. That's something I in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Yeah, so we're working on that one. So
All right.
I'm going to warm up with her. Boo! And then we're going to go straight to that song, and the time is going to pass by like that. Then afterwards, I'm going to go to Melba's and get some gumbo.
Boom.
That sounds good. Melba's is good there.
Why did that sound
We need to hit them up for it. That is good. Hey, do you have any breath mints or fresh certs or anything so this kid can't tell you've been
Do I have a
drinking?
breath mint?
You just said the kid can't tell if
That
you're
you've been
singing right
drinking.
next to her.
I've been drinking fruit.
Oh, okay. It's a
Practically.
fruity
This is
drink.
fruit.
Oh, okay.
So
all
the
right, all right.
alcohol is not going to linger at all.
I just drank an orange. I'm good.
Joshua, what are you doing after this? Are you going to Terrence Jr.? Are you just going to
No,
stay here
just-
drinking
You
with
should
him?
meet him.
I'm
You should
actually
meet him.
gonna-
You should come.
You
with
should
him.
come.
You should
I
meet him.
would, but
what?
so what I'm going to do is go home and
But you
work
should
on
Pass
some
out.
music. Yeah, I'm working on some music.
Come and meet him first. Come and meet him first.
Where do they live?
You don't support me.
Are you
Yes,
guys
that
are you guys a
happens at
couple?
times.
No.
A couple of musicians.
But you
Couple
like
of
to be
eggs.
supportive of each other as
Artists.
friends in a
I
band. Well,
want
you've
him
been
to
together
support
for a
me.
long time.
I want
Yeah,
him to
but you
support
should
me.
have asked me like before just now.
You're not even doing nothing.
Let me tell you something though.
What are you about to tell me?
I'm snacking this drink down. I need people to know I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
Hey, look out! That's my phone.
Oh my gosh! Please no.
I'm done.
Yeah,
too much.
you don't want to go to Terrence's house, do you?
I would if she'd asked me before today.
asking.
Why?
You
Why?
would've-
What's the you?
He's not going to do nothing but
You
go
don't like to
home.
be spontaneous, Joshua. You have to
Take a
have it all
jog around
planned.
the block.
Well, I'm spontaneous sometimes, like not right now.
Not going to some kid's house for a vocal lesson. How
Yeah.
interesting! But
Because
then, you know,
I want them to know, because I don't have to do the vocal lesson, so I may have one more.
Mm-hmm.
And the child's going to look at me and say, huh. And he's going to look at her
Who's
and
your
she's going to
drunk
be
friend?
going,
It's a
wow,
girl.
wow, wow.
It's a girl.
Terrence Jr. is a girl. That's right, but I'm saying Terrence Jr. he. So,
Terrence Senior.
yeah,
Terrence Senior might be an interesting.
Terrence
guy.
Senior is going to
Maybe meet some-
understand where I am and ask me if I want another. That's what I'm saying. Like,
You could
that's
take
not
a
gonna
couple
be
of
a
drinks to go.
situation. Look, you see?
Tank's out here. Look, she's leaving. And the thing is, we almost have to get out of here ourselves, by the
Oh,
way.
shoot.
And we haven't even done the damn commercial.
Uh-oh.
Tank, it's
See
been
ya.
great. Thanks for joining us.
I loved it.
It's been awesome. Yeah, okay.
I feel like I'm floating.
Come,
might be.
come back and tell us how you got on. Oh, look at that. And Joshua finished that whole drink in one set. Geez, you guys are good. Be careful. No, neither of you are driving, I hope, are you?
No.
Okay.
But it's a thing.
Don't worry about it. Hey, so Joshua, tell us, where are we going to see Tank and the Bangers in the near future?
Holy crap.
Do you have any idea about that?
I'm the worst one. And it's
Well, we can go to tankandthebangers.com.
You can
I assume.
definitely go to tankandthebangers.com, or you can find us on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere you see Tank and the Bangers, Google, Play, everywhere. You can find out everything.
And you're on
You can-
Spotify. We can steal the music right off
You
of
can
Spotify.
steal the
no
music
worries.
on Spotify if you don't want to pay, you grubby little thieves. But
All
I
right.
love it anyway.
All right. Joshua,
It is
thanks
amazing.
for coming. It's been great to see you.
Man, it's
All
been
right.
amazing. I've enjoyed
Well, be
myself.
good.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you
so
again.
much. Yeah, you'll
All right.
definitely have
Come
me
on
again.
back. We're here every week. Come back.
Thank you. Oh, really?
I'd love to know. And bring Terrence next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Bring
to.
Terrence.
I'm gonna find
What
out
do you
who
think?
Terrence is.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to know who Terrence
and we're gonna
is.
make Terrence sing.
Suffer.
And suffer. Yo, I was trying to be light, but since we, hey, if we can
Nah,
go there,
We know we're not.
just
gonna
a
do that.
ding, just a little.
That'd be nice
Thank
to
you
meet
guys, man.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to
See
meet
you
all of
later.
you.
Joshua Johnson from
See you.
Tank and the Bangers is on the way. All right. So you guys, all we've got to do is say goodbye and get out of here because now the hour's up. So
It's time.
But before we go, Leanna, you're going to have to tell us who our
Oh,
lucky
of
sponsors are
course.
today because
Yeah, because
I can't see a
they're
thing.
lucky
And you're
like
going
that.
So yeah, so go for it. You can extemporize on these and make them sound interesting and fabulous.
All right. Well, I don't
You
know.
can't see shit either. Look at you.
It's like,
Do you wear glasses normally?
did you lose my glasses for me
Do
too?
you wear glasses normally?
Oh, no, I don't. I have no excuse.
You're really holding that person like away from like a blind person.
No, this is the defense mechanism.
Really?
In
In case you screw it up, you can say, "Oh, I couldn't
no,
see
it was
it."
just kanji. Remember? It's just kanji.
Kanji. Okay. All right.
But anyways, so here we are, and all this was brought to us today by Petite Pet Care. If you're going out of town or have a crazy schedule, the folks at Petite Pet Care will take care of your pet in his or her own home. I did it for Graham. For love and care when you're not there, go to petitepetcare.com. And
Very
then we
nice.
have, thank you, by Basics Swim and Gym, a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes with style. Basics Swim and Gym is on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue. And then you already kind of covered Hangover Destroyer in
I
a
pretty
much
much
more
did.
genuine sense.
Well, you
So-
can do it again because they are our sponsor, so you could just read it, so we didn't have to,
All right.
have a problem.
All right. So
In that sense.
In that sense, I would love to try one day Hangover Destroyer, which is the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. If you want more information, go to the Hangover Destroyer website, hdestroyer.com. Write happy hour in the coupon code and get 30% off Hangover Destroyer and Seize the Dawn. I can't believe you just said that
Beautiful. You
in
did
the middle
a great
of the
job of
conversation.
that.
That's amazing. That's
Thanks for doing that for
That
me.
was seamless, by the way.
I
That was
really had no
beautiful.
idea.
That was public broadcasting. So you were actually in public broadcasting,
I wasn't. Yeah, I was.
public radio. What did
Yeah.
you do? Were you on the air?
I produced news for WDT in Detroit and then WFCR in Western Mass.
Okay. And why did you get out of the radio biz? Because it's so glamorous and well paid. I'm
It's
surprised.
so well paid, and I had to come to New Orleans because it was so well paid, and it was just time.
So you don't do any radio anymore at all?
I mean, it's just like I have my lifestyle is very ADDDHD, and by
You're
that
so
I mean
ADD you can't even
I
remember
can't
how
remember
to say
how many
ADD.
letters are
Right.
in the No, but there's a lot of things to do in this life, and that I'm not doing radio right now, but I miss it.
So you are, in fact, running an English as a second language program, which we didn't even get onto at all.
Oh yeah, too many good things. On the
You want to
show.
come back and talk about that another time?
It could happen.
We
yeah.
didn't even get onto the whole Japanese silk business on the East
Right?
Coast.
We never even figured out where the Silk Road went.
No, we didn't
No one
even.
knows.
Somebody will know who's listening to this. And
Someone
will
knows.
think that we're
There
just
are multiple
stupid.
though. I swear, there's more than one.
All I know is that is those records. What are the CDs? You know when people used to buy CDs,
Sure.
and you would see them like in a record store. You remember that?
Yeah.
And there was that brand.
Like the silvery disc.
Yeah, like a little silvery disc. It would be in a
Little
it would be in a
pancake.
like a sort of a
sweet jewel
cardboard
case.
jewel case.
Remember that term?
And there was a whole series of these
That was
called
appealing.
something for music from around the world. What was that called? Like begins with a P, maybe.
Road.
And Silk Road was
Sounded a
You
lot
mean
like,
Putumayo?
Putumayo.
That's where I was going,
Thank
but I was
you.
like,
yes,
no way.
exactly.
Is he gonna bring a Putumayo
Good job,
world music?
Putumayo. And then one of those like Putumayo series was called Silk Road,
Sure.
and that was music from where though? Afghanistan, Turkey,
So they must have been talking about the original
Persia.
Silk Road. Yeah, Persian
Persia.
music.
It was. That's where it was.
Not the Guns and Drugs website of the 20.
No, there's a
2008.
Bitcoin guy. That was the guy who made all the money on Bitcoin, right? That was
Yeah.
called SilkRoad.com.
Yeah, it was Silk
I
Road,
think.
yep.
That's the- yeah,
that
that's
was
the
the
other
one
one.
we know about. That's
Yeah.
where we bought all the heroin.
Well, did your grandfather have anything to do with that?
Well, opium, not heroin. But yeah, you know,
So your grandfather was Japanese, and was it your actual grandfather, not great grandfather?
my actual grandfather. Yeah,
Wow, so that wasn't that long ago. Did you meet him? Did you know him?
I didn't. I wish, but I didn't.
What about your grandmother? Is she still alive? Or
That
what? I
side?
mean, did you ever know her?
I didn't. That side, no. They lived hard, we'll say.
Wow.
But the other side, yeah.
But they were actually Japanese, real Japanese.
Real
And they
live
moved to
Japanese.
the East Coast? Mm-hmm. So they were immigrants in the 1800s?
They were immigrants in the 1800s.
Presumably.
My grandparents were immigrants in the 1800s.
That's a hell of a time
The
to get on a
1800s?
boat. Would that
Was
be,
it the 1800s?
No.
was it
no.
the 1900s?
No, it was about, it was the early 1900s.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Where are we now? When 2000?
Hard to say. 2050?
21st.
Something.
21st
First century. So that was quite a time to get on a boat and come to the United States from Japan still, right? You think going down the Mississippi was tough?
As a boat expert,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Yeah.
Actually, I have no idea.
Would you cross an ocean?
On my boat, I could try.
But would you?
No, well, probably not. Not cross an ocean. No, definitely not. It's definitely a river boat.
It's a river boat.
Yeah, but you mean on another boat? Would you?
Yeah, just
would
like
you
in
be
your
tempted?
life. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I've never crossed an ocean on a boat, but I'd love to. Yeah, I'm
Well,
into it.
On that note,
Not
that gives us something to look forward to.
Definitely.
Ocean
Crossing an
crossings.
ocean on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds romantic and something to do for a future day.
Yeah, and nautically
Exactly.
themed.
Yeah,
I've been working to nautically theme this.
you've done
this
it.
week's
Galen
program.
Huckins, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks,
today on
it's been a
Happy Hour.
gas.
And Leanna Firstarai as well. I can't believe that I did that without reading
I
your name. I
can't
remembered
either.
that. Pretty impressive, right? And Tank was here from Tank of the Bangas and Joshua as well. You can check out tankofthebangers.com, and we have links to your guys' stuff on
Very
our
cool.
website, itsneworleans.com. And that's Happy Hour for another day. Our show is produced by Graham DePonte, technically produced and associate produced by Chris Kehoe. Christian Unruh is our music director, and our theme music was written by, and is currently being played by, Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on our show and you can stay upright and around a table, drinking for about an hour, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, where you can also find many other happy hours to listen to, as well as some other shows we make here. Out to Lunch with Peter Asciuti, live from Commander's Palace. True to the Game with Chris True. Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss. And The Man Who Ate New Orleans, Ray Canata. Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker. And Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu. You can also find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and itsbatonrouge.la. You can keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter and a bunch of other time-sucking social media as well. And all of it we're called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook page. Those photos were taken by the fabulous Alison Moon. She's right over there. If you're listening to the show on iTunes or Stitcher or some other podcast app, thank you so much for subscribing to us. We do appreciate that. Do one thing for me. Take a moment to stop everything and rate and review us. That helps other people find us. Our show was recorded today live around a table at Wayfare on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass and have a 3-hour happy hour every day and a fabulous brunch over the weekends. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Andrew Duhon, who is on the road, but you can find him wherever you are around the country. Check it out, see if he's in a town near you. He's at andrewduhon.com. I'm Grant Morris. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.
Your home is important. That's why Geico helps make it easy to save on condo insurance. Because home is more than just a place. Home is where you took minimalism too far because there's only one chair in your entire condo and your only entertainment is one card. Not even a deck of cards, but a single card. And all your guests have to share one plate and one fork, but you're convinced that less stuff means more freedom. The Geico Insurance Agency could help protect the overly minimalist broom closet you call home. Call Geico and see how easy it is to switch and save on condo insurance.